Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting beer review and another Czech beer, another premium Czech beer. This is quite known brewery, I would say, with quite long history, and it's Březňák. And of course there is Světlý Lesak, which is their premium one, their normal one. Label is looking quite nice in my opinion, looks like this. And I'm gonna speak about the person who is on the label too. It has foil, you can see it right there, which also is good looking in my opinion when the bottles are having that. Back label is looking like this, and unfortunately it's the small bottle since it was the only one that I found. But I'm gonna start with reading a little bit about the brewery information which I found on the brewery's website, which I will link to in the description box below as always. Březňák is a traditional Czech beer whose history dates back to 1753. The name of the brand derived not only from the name of the village but also from the quality of lagers brewed in March. The brewery is associated with a number of personalities, but the most important was undoubtedly Count Karel Šotek, who owned it until the beginning of the 20th century. Despite many changes in ownership, the brewery has been operating continuously for 260 years. During that time, Březňák gained worldwide fame, exported to the US, Africa, South America, and even delivered to the British House of Lords. For more than 260 years, the Velké Březno brewery proudly looks down from the banks of the Elbe River. Its masters, true to the Czech brewing tradition, reject the excesses of modern technology and rely solely on their intuition, honest handwork, and quality local ingredients. The brewers of great breed simply know very well that the brewery is not a factory and the beer is not a screw. Everything has its time here because good things cannot be rushed. So now you slow down a bit and let yourself be carried away by the story of the beer that follows the laws of the old school. The village Velké Březno is situated in the pure region of the Elbe basin. In its vicinity, the port Bohemica, gate of Bohemia, by which the river Elbe enters the Bohemian uplands. The Elbe valley is rich in fertile soil and excellent spring water, which are the main prerequisites for producing great beer. No wonder that our brewery was built here more than 260 years ago. And just like the surrounding sandstone rocks, our brewery seems to have stopped time. In 1906, Mr. Březňák gave his face to the respected railway inspector in Velké Březno, Mr. Viktor Kibiš, whose portrait adorns the logo to this day. Mr. Kibic received a lifetime annuity of 30 beers a week for his depiction on the labels of Březňák. Soon it turned out that a well-fed, festively dressed 50-year-old with a carefully groomed beard and cigar was the right choice. Thanks to the coolness that radiates from him, the portrait of Mr. Kibic borrowed beers from around the world. That's some information about the brewery that I found on the website. And as always, I'm gonna read a little bit more other information that I found on the website about beers from Czech Republic, and I'm gonna go through that information now, as I used to do when I review beers from Czech Republic. Beer name Březňák, taken from the city name. Founded 1753, city Velké Březno. Distance from Prague 80 kilometers, approximately 1 hour 15 minutes. Is it worth going there? Not really. The village is a suburb of the industrial city of Ústí nad Labem and not even particularly interesting. If you come by car from Germany, it may be worth to looking in, but the brewery has nothing to offer, whether a brewery tour or any shop. Brewery, a beautiful yellow-colored brewery building not far from the river Elbe, but it seems like the owners prefer not to be interested in showing up the brewery. The beer, a typical brewery group product. I'm not even sure if all Březňák is brewed here. It is not impossible that it's sometimes brewed in one of the other group's other Czech breweries. Characterless Czech lager with a low fullness and a medium-high bitterness. Unfortunately, a beer that is not so easy to describe as it does not stand out in any way. Owner Heineken since 2009. Březňák's logo is adorned by the Czech beer enthusiast Viktor Kibic, who lived from 1856 to 1916. Then we got the answer of who this man was and why he is on the label of Březňák. Yeah, I'll show you the label here again, which is looking nice in my opinion. And over to the tasting part, I'm choosing to have this glass, which might be a little bit too big. I'm having smaller glasses as well, but it doesn't fit the Pils style, I would say, but I'm gonna use them in the future if I start to review beers from Belgium, for example, which is a plan, and they are a little bit smaller, and therefore they fit Belgian beers a little bit better. But let's open this one up. And pour it up. There we have quite nice head, which was my my intention to get to fill up the whole glass. And yeah, it just looks better to fill up the whole glass, so I decided to build up quite a big head. And color-wise, it's very typical for a Czech beer, I would say, with its golden color and white head and not that many bubbles. Might be because of the pouring tactic, I don't know actually. There we have it. Also, I keep the foil on the bottle, which I used to say Germans are often removing that before pouring it up for some reason, but I think it looks better to keep it. So over to the tasting part of Březňák. Let's get the aroma also, of course. And also it's quite typical for their style. Yeah, it tastes like typical Czech premium beer, I would say. Yeah, seems to be in the same quality as the other premium Czech brands. So let's taste it, and I'm gonna taste it even though there is quite much foam, because that's something that, if I understand it right, many people in Germany or Czech Republic does. It's good because it keeps the taste in the beer. So don't wait until the foam is being removed, everything, because keeping the foam while you're drinking is a good thing, in my opinion. So, cheers! Yeah, not bad, but it's an interesting taste balance between the hops and the water. As I mentioned before in the information on the website about Czech beers, I have to agree a little bit that it's easy to feel that it might not be the best beer I've been drinking, but still it's not bad, and it's a premium one, one that you should try and think for yourselves what you think about. Quite easy to enjoy in a way. Yeah, let's taste it again. Yeah, quite average. As I said, not the best ever, but still something that you should check out if you're interested. Always nice to review different beers from Czech Republic. You can't give all beers the best opinion, but because of the label and the history of the brewery and everything like that, it's definitely one that fits on the channel, I would say. Apart from that, I don't know if there is so much more to say about it. Yeah, I think that's it for now, and I hope you continue to follow my channel for more interesting beer reviews.